Welcome to HOKC Side Stories. Tonight, a story from J.W. Wilbarger's Indian Depredations in Texas titled The Cherokee Get Even. Beginning on page 166, the Cherokees, chagrined at failing to whip the Wacos for stealing their horses, an account of which we have just given, go watch our previous side story, attributed their defeat to the arrival of the Tehuacana reinforcements, and they determined to whip the Tehuacana for their interference. Accordingly, in the early part of the summer of 1830, they fitted up a party of about 120 effective warriors for this express purpose. The Tehuacanas were divided, living in different villages, one of their finest being situated in what is now Limestone County, Texas. There are some springs at this place around which there is quite an amount of loose limestone on the surface as well as on the ground. The entire country road is one of great beauty. Here, these Tehuacanas had erected a small enclosure of stones, about 3 feet in height, leaving occasional spaces about 2 feet square resembling the mouths of furnaces. These they rudely covered in buffalo skins and poles. The enclosure served as a place of retreat in time of an attack. The Cherokee, having learned the situation of this place and the great estimate the Tehuacanas had placed upon it, determined to attack it. The Cherokees were led by an Indian well acquainted with the country and soon reached the place of the Tehuacana village. When the Cherokees first discovered the Tehuacanas, they were playing ball around the fortress. The Cherokees prepared for action while the Tehuacanas rushed their women and children into retreat and prepared for their defense. They greatly outnumbered the Cherokee, but this did not check the latter. The shooting now began. The Cherokees took positions behind trees, advancing from tree to tree as they fired. They took good aim, resting their guns against the trees. Their shots told with deadly effect, and one by one the Tehuacanas were melting away beneath their unerring aim. Whenever one was wounded, he would take refuge amongst the women and children. The Tehuacanas becoming sick of this, they all rushed into their place of retreat behind the breastworks. The Cherokees now rushed forward to complete their work of destruction. The besieged party were lying flat on the ground, and as the Cherokee advanced, the Tehuacanas let them have a number of their own arrows, which laid many of the Cherokee low. The Cherokee now fell back and drove off a short distance. Now, one of the old Cherokee warriors advised that they hold a consultation before they proceeded any further. Accordingly, they held a council, whereupon one of the leaders said that their business was their revenge, and have it they must, and as long as there was a live Cherokee left, they would continue their efforts, that it would never do to return and to report a defeat. It would be a lasting disgrace. The old warrior who advised holding the consultation made the following proposition, that a party of them should go a short distance off and cut some dry grass, that they load themselves with this grass, and then approach each hole in the fortress from all sides, and stop up the portholes with the grass. This they would then set on fire, and they would in this way roast the inmates alive. The plan was agreed on and carried out. The smoke and flame rolled into the fortress in such quantities as to produce complete strangulation, and the Tehuacana were forced to unroof the fortress and leap out amid the blinding columns of smoke. The Cherokee were stationed all around, and they slew them as they leapt out. The Cherokee would rush on the frightened and smothered Tehuacanas, and with their tomahawks and scalping knives, they dealt death on every hand. Inside the fort, a great number of warriors, women, and children were suffocated. Many of the surviving women and children were made prisoners, but few of the men escaped. All the horses, buffalo skins, camp equipage, etc., fell into the hands of the Cherokee, who returned to their camp, making a wonderful display of their booty. The facts in the above case were obtained from a Spaniard who passed much of his time with various tribes of Indians. In the year 1840, he came to Gonzales, Texas, and fought with the Texians at Salado and at Mier in 1842, he being one of those few who escaped that memorable occasion. He came back to Gonzales and, we have been informed, made the house of General Henry E. McCulloch his home. This unfortunate man, however, was captured in 1843 by a body of Mexicans, and, being aware of his great fidelity to Texas, they suspended him by the heels, and in this position he was found dead. And that concludes our cheery little episode of HOKC Side Stories. If you do not have your own copy of Indian Depredations in Texas, what are you doing? I'm going to include the link to purchase down in the description below. Any Old West history fan will enjoy it. It's a must-have. I want to thank everyone for all your support on our last episode, the Battle of El Blanco Canyon. That was a ton of fun to make, and I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Our next episode is going to be a really cool one. I always say that, but it's true. It's true. Got a lot of stuff in the works for you. Shorts, lots of shorts coming up, lots of side stories, tons of new episodes, compilations, live streams, all the good stuff, all coming your way. So be sure to stay tuned to History at the OK Corral, home of history's greatest shootouts and showdowns.